President Donald Trump has come up with a whole clue where he has shown his double face like anything. Earlier, he said that he has captured Venezuela only because Maduro was producing narco-terrorism to United States. Later, we got to know it was not about the narco-terrorism at all. It was only because he wanted to capture all the oil reserve. And not just that, he also wanted to capture the whole country. Basically, he wanted to govern another whole country. After we have seen many examples in Southeast Asia, now they have been coming up in Latin America, and Venezuela has started doing it, and it was the first step where they have done it right now. After that, now what Donald Trump wanted was that everybody should now focus on the Venezuela oil, because if people keep buying oil from Russia, the Venezuela oil wouldn't make a lot of profit in the market. So they came up with another strategy, and then again Donald Trump has claimed that this strategy is only because so that a war between Russia and Ukraine will end. Do you really think that Donald Trump really care about what is happening with Europe and human rights crisis, where on the other hand he was supporting Israel when they were having a war against Gaza, and they were diminishing and vanishing, and there was this massacre of entire Palestinians from that place? So do you really think he cares about the war? No, he does not care about it at all. I'll tell you what Donald Trump is planning. Why is he targeting India and Narendra Modi like anything? And full opposition of India is also conveying the message of Donald Trump, spreading the false rumors, and everybody right now in India is in a chaotic and confusing position. If you are an Indian, you have to listen this whole pointer very carefully to know what is happening with you right now and how US is now targeting your own country after Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, and next is India. So basically what happened was Donald Trump came up with this whole act where he is sanctioning Russian Act 2025. In this act, if you are a country and buying oil from Russia, crude oil from Russia, you will be imposed with 500% of tariff. Do you even understand the number 500% tariff? Now we all know that India has become the second largest exporter of crude oil from Russia after China. Now they are not imposing all of these measures and all of these pressure on China, because China is somebody and has a market. If China will start imposing tariff on their goods, then these countries will be hanged with nothing actually, because China has been a supermarket of electronic items, IT sectors, and so many other things. But India exports around 60% to US market, coming up with garments, coming up with other kind of certain items, aluminum, then agriculture things, and all of it. Right. But right now, what US President Donald Trump wants is that India should stop buying oil from Russia and they should start buying the Venezuela oil. So if they are going to buy Venezuela oil, only then US will be in profitable business. So basically, Donald Trump has claimed the profit of Venezuela's oil from 30 to 50 barrels. So basically, he is going to sell that on the international prices which is present in the oil market, and then whatever profit will come, they are going to govern it, because Venezuela's oil resources and the whole factory has been almost under the radar of US right now. Well, now you must be thinking, what is Venezuela's take on it? Well, the interim government's president of Venezuela, she has claimed that US President Donald Trump has been boasting around. It is a false claim. Whatever is of Venezuela will be of Venezuela, and they are not allowed to do all of that. But US President Donald Trump has been so much ardent, determined, and looks so much confident that all the profit whichever is coming out of this whole oil will be given to US President Donald Trump and US. And in that entire thing, the president is going to fill his pocket like anything. Now, the problem comes in India right now is that India has been buying oil from Russia on discounted rate of 35 to 40%. If I talk about January 2026, before this decision came into power, India was buying around $148 something billion across crude oil from Russia. Now, if we count this in percentage, but now India has to drop its buying from Russia to below 25%. This is and this has actually right now changed in the entire dimension between India and Russia. Now, on the other hand, we have also seen countries like Poland, who comes under European Union, are also appreciating India for leveling down its crude oil exports. In this whole game, US is not alone. In fact, European Union has been also teaming up with US so that both of them can run a good profit. Because Poland was recently lecturing India on buying Russian oil, and he was appreciating the fact that India has lowered down its buying of crude oil from Russia. And not just that, sometimes I feel like how these European countries and how these Western countries all together play such double faces game. Poland is a part of European Union. You know that in the entire European Union buys oil and gases from Russia till date, and then after that they claim that they are going to they're so much worried about Ukraine humanitarian crisis and all of that, and they give this big number of speeches and all of it. That is just a bullshit which they come up with. All they want is right now that they just want to end this entire growth and friendship between India and Russia, because they want their profit, which are going to come from Venezuela. So it is not only President Donald Trump who is behind this whole scene and who is just jealous of India's and Russia's bonding. It is also about how European Union is also acting. Let's just see how India reacts to the entire controversy and the matter which is happening between India and US, and how US have been coming up with this whole Russia, and how US will be moving forward with this 500% of tariff with the countries who are buying Russian oil.